Hey everybody, happy Friday. I just want to make sure that we are live. Just checking out in the platform here. Just wanted to wish everybody a happy Friday. I know that you're getting Wednesday's content, but I guess I'm fortunate because I get all the interviews because he does the interviews every single Wednesday, and getting a lot of insights, tips, all kinds of stuff from people who are actually in the field doing the work, doing the assignments, and have been nailing it on social media for years. So it's great to learn from this. What's really interesting is the fact that um, when we started network marketing, I mean, we've built this. We built our foundation, we built our empire, we built all of this on belly to belly, that just connecting with people. And all this social media stuff is such a new thing for us. And so learning from these individuals, you are fortunate, especially those of you who are brand new. Often you see people who have done stuff in the past, but we for us as leaders to be able to focus and take the time, and this is all we do. Man, for those of you who are doing this and following this 90 days to a T, you must be nailing it and getting some serious results, because there's a lot of great stuff that's been shared throughout this whole process. And if you're not keeping up, don't worry about it. You just continue. If you didn't do yesterday's, rather than keep going back, just start where you are. That's my advice, is start where you are. Start now if you're looking at this for the first time, and then go through the 90-day process moving forward. And then you can always go back. You can always go back at the beginning, because I keep hearing people say, oh, you know what, I'll just wait until it's done, and then I'll just start from the beginning. No, start now and continue with what you're seeing, and you can move forward. Alrighty, so Jenny Elizabeth was the lady that was interviewed yesterday, and her and Fraser just had so much in common. And she was just saying, he was asking her story, and long story short is she wanted nothing to do with network marketing, and now she's just nailing it on social media. She's actually doing this with her boyfriend. He's the one that first got started with all of this, and she ended up coming in, and she was mentioning that her brain works on systems and processes, which is interesting because that's what our business is built on, is systems and processes. That's how you create a duplicatable business, by having that infrastructure in place. This learn, do, review, onboard, launch, and coach people. How to go through the process to make sure that team members are learning, growing, learning skills. They're able to apply it in simple steps, and then they're able to teach and train people as they go up the ranks. And that's really what we do day in and day out in this business. And Fraser was just adding to the fact that network marketing comes down to a few things, and that is mindset, and that's what keeps you in the game. Anything that's mindset driven is going to keep you focused on doing the things that you need to do. And then there's the skill sets, which get you paid, and to stay in the game, really, because when you are earning income, you're more excited to keep learning and growing, right? And then of course that leadership development, which is another level, which is what really sets you free in this profession, is to get to these stages that you become the coach, you become the mentor, who's training people, guiding people, but also leading people into the results. So those are a few things, insights that Fraser was sharing with all of us on Wednesday's session. They talked about the importance of going through every one of these sessions. Like I said, start now, and you can always go back and do a full 90-day. and do this with your teams. That's what's really important, is to be doing this with your downlines, creating some type of accountability. And the tracking sheets are absolutely perfect to do that. So that's also available on the CD Global Impact Group. And so she was talking about, when she talked about systems, the dare that she spoke about was the structure point of all of it. She talked about also the training structure that she has as she's training people in the process of building their business, going through this 90-day program. She says on the top of her structure in the training platform, she always has a share assignment of the day. So she talks to people about their assignment that needs to be done in that day in building their business. And then, a lot of it's social media. The younger generation, they're all social media. And then number two, she always goes through the recap of the following assignment that was given to see people where they're at, remind them if they haven't done it to get that done, and then on keeping track of everything. And then number three is she does a lot of storytelling in the process. When somebody accomplishes something or she's making a point, she'll make some bullet points on the story that she's telling in the training portion of it, or somebody who did something really, really amazing, which is part of the training process. And number four, she talked about the action steps to take and in the training process. So whatever assignments that she has people do, what are the action steps that need to be done in that assignment, and have clarity on those action steps. And so people know exactly what they need to do. And number five, she'll go right to the recap again with the assignment. So write those five things down so you can have a process, which I really like the way she did that training process, the structure. And then she talked about implementing DARE language. So let's go right into the DARE. So she talked about assignment, DARE, and the language that's used, and in the process of all of this. So what's the assignment that you need to do, the DARE to get it done, and of course the language. And she said what she did was, from day one of Fraser Brooks' training, she went through and did exactly what he said, even word for word, in the assignments that needed to be done, and the language and all of that needs to get the results in whatever it is that you're posting. And of course, that call to action, which is really, really important. So she talked about having that system in place, and all she did was do exactly what Fraser did. She used a lot of the exact same post, quotes, whatever story, whatever he was talking about in that segment, she would work around that to get the result that she's getting. And she said by doing that, she's getting a lot of results, and she's training her team to do the same thing. So she also talked about systems in launching, onboarding, coaching, training. That's one system that she works with her teams. And then the other one is all the platforms in the social media part of it, the Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, all the hacks of personal development. These are all the things that she works with in processes and teaches and trains her team to do the same thing. But obviously she's doing the work first, and then she's able to show the team members what she has done. And then another segment that she talked about was the algorithm boosting actions. What the algorithm is, post actions on things that they're posting, the actions that they're doing, the results that they're getting from that, and keeping an eye on that with the engagement process, that call to action, and having that all organized, and scripts too. Like she followed, like I mentioned, she followed a lot of the scripts, so she's showing her team members a lot of the scripts that are being done as well, the scripts and the actions that are taken. So if you're brand new and you're learning this, just focus on learning, honestly. If you have team members, you want to focus with your team members and do the process with them. I know I'm working with a group myself, and we're going through processes together, and we're getting results. We're getting results. We're getting new signups. We're getting new customers because we're going through sessions together. And then, so that was number 4. So the algorithm boosting actions, the post actions, the story actions, what needs to be done around the story, and that call to action to get that engagement or to get people wanting to sign up. And number 4 was the script actions that are being applied, and you get a lot of this through the 90 days. So it's to follow exactly what's taught to do. And then number 5 in that process was positivity, personal development, boosting actions. And yeah, so it's good to share and be authentic. You know, one of the things that I'm doing is I'm this social media thing, honestly, is very, very new to me. And I'm getting results by doing a lot of things that I'm just being authentic and just sharing the stuff that I'm passionate about, what I'm excited about. And I'm getting engagement through that process with new people that just want to know more about what I'm up to. And I'm following up with them, going through the platforms, and I'm doing a lot more lives, which I was not doing before, that I get a lot more traction now. So I'm really happy that I'm going through this 90-day session, even though I'm not on track all the time. My engagement process is more. My actions are much more in my activities. And I'm moving people off the platform to connect and to sign up and to get new customers. So that's really what it's all about, is to get that new business. So it's to get that rhythm and find out what's working for you. So I'm noticing things that are working for me. Interesting enough that I'm going back on, I'm getting a lot of results with TikTok. First of all, you need 1,000 followers to be able to do a live on TikTok. I had that. So I'm really leveraging it, and I'm starting to get gifts, which is really cool. I guess people are liking the stuff that I'm putting out there because I'm getting that engagement, a lot more followers through the TikTok platform. And then also, and I learned that when you do lives on TikTok, that you can easily download them and take segments without those watermarks. So if you're able to do that, that's great. If you don't have the followers yet, work on the other platforms, and there's ways of removing the watermarks. And so there's that. I'm just learning a ton of things from different angles of different coaching out there, just to really nail it on social media, and connecting with people, specifically target market. Chris and I are really learning a lot about who is your target market, because those are the ones you need to speak to. So when you're speaking, you're not generalizing this stuff, having a focus on kind of adding something that's not part of this 90-day. But when you're connecting with people, when you know your target market, you know what age group you're talking to, what are their pain points, what are the things that people in that dynamic of where they're challenged, what would they want, what would they want to have, what would be their dreams, and how you can bring that to them. And that's how we've been able to really nail down some of our interests and people we want to do business with. And in the process, you'll start getting that attraction as well. And I'm getting a lot, I was just showing Chris, I'm getting a lot of feedback on LinkedIn, which I was never really focused on. They don't talk a lot about LinkedIn on these 90 days, but I went back and I started interacting with some people and messaging them and getting a lot more engagement by doing that as well. So you just got to play with it and see what's working for you. I like all the platforms, honestly. But if you're new, start with one and then work on the other platforms. And they're teaching that in the process as well. So that's it, you guys. It's to have that structure, and that's really what she was talking about, is to have the processes in place, have that structure in place, those systems in place, and all of that you'll learn through the process of going through this 90 days and just really lining that up. All right, so have yourself a fabulous Friday and enjoy all the assignments and the dares. Don't be afraid of trying something new, and just being vulnerable about it. I think is really, really important. Is just be authentic. I just let people know. I haven't been doing lives lately on the platform, and I just happened to pop in, just wanted to connect with everybody and, share something, whatever key points that you want to talk about. And that's it. And get that call to action, get them to do something to connect with you. And then once you've got that engagement, you can move them easily. All right. So have yourself a fabulous rest of your day. And that's it. So Chris has set me up on Ecamm. See, I'm being vulnerable right now, and I don't know how to. There we go. I got the finish. All right. So have yourself a fabulous Friday, everybody.